I hate when technology is doing stupid shit. But we got time. Let me get this shit straight.
Consciousness, and when we all come together like this, we are a united front. That means we have consciousness, and when we all come together like this, we are a united front. That means consciousness.
This stupid fucking. Bullshit. Hate that damn noise. I'm gonna get that noise off here. Oh well. Had to deal with that ragged shit.
And this topic is war of the worlds. Religiosity versus spirituality. Now we all know that there's a big difference there, right? Yes, right. We are spiritual people by nature. Religion comes from man, but your indwelling spirituality comes from the divine creator himself or herself. So y'all ain't gonna trick me up on that. Himself or herself, whatever you choose to call it. All right? But I want to go through this real quick because I have a lot of powerful images to show you. But I don't want to take up Ray's time. I know y'all can't see Dr. Ray Hagins.
Right, that's right.
All right, the title of this piece here is called The Nightmare That Never Ended. What are we talking about? Those of you who know me know I deal with the spirit of the ancestors. I keep them alive, and therefore they bless me in keeping their works alive. There's a lot of unfinished business and messages that they try to share with us. As you can see, I hope y'all don't get upset if I use the term white man. Don't let that scare y'all, you know what I'm saying? We've been called worse, right or wrong. So if I use the word white man or cracker, don't let that fit. As you can, in fact, that's where the word cracker comes from our ancestors. When they would see the white man coming down the street with the whip, they would say, "Lord, son, here come the cracker. Here come the cracker man, ready to slice the backs of those not slaves." I choose to use the words POWs, prisoners of war. We was never slaves, but we were prisoners of war. We always tried to fight our way out of their wrath. As you can see, the brother's back right here, whipping him.
Now I stopped right there to say this. He just said something that was totally wrong about our people, the ones that makes us much, the ones that makes us a mixed race of black people. Our people ran from the conflict because our people are loving, caring, not about all that killing people. That's why we are still here, because we love different than the people of after the first people, us. The first people that was peaceful, the first people that was loving, caring people before the savages became with the greed. Yes, it evolved, but it evolved from the good people that ran for just so long to the point that they couldn't run no more. It was time to fight back. But we ran most of the time. We wasn't cowards. We just knew one thing. We would rather run than kill to live. I'll say it again. We would rather run than kill to live. And that's how the first people, which is the original Hebrews, are and always will be. They just have to come back into self. But they've been lied to for so long to the point where you're confused. You don't know what thyself is because you've been taught to be something totally different. You was taught to be something totally else. You was taught to be somebody else. See, now you have to go back to you knowing who the Creator is in you. Back to you knowing that the Creator is the creativity in you. Back to you knowing that that loving touch of loving unconditionally, that feeling that you have is real, because that is the feeling of the Creator to let you know that you're real. These are the first people that started this thing off righteous and right and in the right way, until greed and wanting things got in the way. And that's when things became more relevant than people. And that's the bullshit that we're in today. I'm just saying, the truth is the truth. Fuck all that bullshit.
For the time to induce the pain, after they cut the flesh open, they would take a dose of salt and pour the salt on the wound
And you don't get mad
to
at
make
this.
it more painful.
take this
They
here
love
and
doing
get
this to
better.
our ancestors.
With
Now,
this.
why we need to see this?
This here should give you some
Because who
strength
else going to tell this
to
story?
know
They're not going to
exactly
teach
how
our
far
babies
we
about this in
came
school.
to be here,
We
to
are
know
out there on the
now.
street of
This
125th
is
Street
our hour.
every day.
This is
And
the
we
hour
touching
of the
the hearts
awakening.
of
This
our
is the
young
hour
people
of the
out there in the
Aquarius.
street. Am I right, brothers? Those of you who know where I be at? Okay? Let's take a look at this. Look at it. These was three brothers right here, circus workers. And these white boys right here just wanted to have a little fun. So what do? They go out. Here's one brother right here on the ground. Just have some rap. This is where they get the term picnic from. Pick a nigga. Let's pick that nigga right there. And we're going to make an example out of him. And when they do that, they make sure they get over 100 or 200 black women and make them stand around and watch as they would beat the black man. Why was it important for the white man to make black women stand around there and watch them? Because they knew that the adrenaline of fear will automatically go into the mind of the black woman and touch the unborn baby. And this is the reason why our babies are being born in fear. You know, we gangsters and killers with one another. But when it's time to stand up for our liberation and freedom, we make all kinds of excuses. Now, we can't do that because they got the guns, they got the weapons. You don't always have to get a gun. But we just scared to be what? Be a man or be a woman. Right? All be dead. All black. I love that, man, because we're going to deal with that term. We're going to deal with the term black. Look at this right here, brothers and sisters. Here's a brother. Here's the other brother. They stuck a crowbar through his heart.
Time to kill.
Say that again?
Is this a time to kill?
Yes, sir. And as you can see, the rag wrapped around his waist and the blood coming from it right here. Because they castrated the brother. They always castrated the black man. Sometimes they would put it in pickle jars. Other times they would stick it in his mouth. Is this important for us to know, y'all?
Yeah.
Because I don't want y'all to think I'm trying to incite something here. That's not my goal, and that's not what I'm trying to do. To incite y'all to go out there and do something that we ain't gonna do anyway. You know what I'm saying? But look at it. The white man is pointing, showing you. We cut the nigga's penis off. Alright? There's the other brother. Supposed there had been 3 hanging up there on that tree. He just died, I think, last year.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
Yes, and his name is James Cameron. He was on the Gil Noble show, like it is. And he was telling the whole story about what happened right here. When they had the rope around James Cameron's neck, he heard a white voice scream out and said, he didn't do it because they accused him of raping a white girl. Don't they always come up with excuses like that? They always have to have an excuse and a reason for them lynching the brother, castrating the brother. Can you close that door right there, please? Thank you. And they always have to come up with an excuse of why they do what they do. But he heard a voice, and the white boy said, they didn't do it. And the minute they was getting ready to hang him, they took the rope right off of his neck. And James Cameron said it was like the voice of an angel. It could have been the voice of an angel coming through the devil's mouth. You know, that's the spirit of the ancestors that saved him in order for him to tell this story. All right? Look at this right here, brothers and sisters. This is why we don't want to be black. You even had our people amongst us who claim to be teachers talking about they found out that black really means white. Did y'all hear what I just said? You had people that talking about black really means white. What I look like teaching my baby that the definition of black really means white. He'd be like the only idiot in school still talking about black is white. As you notice, the pants is down because they cut off his penis after they raped him, played with it, got the pine box right there waiting for him, the smiling faces. You see that? How many of y'all seen the movie Rosewood? I brought some clips. I forgot to bring my speakers. Forgot to bring the speakers. I wanted to show y'all
You
some
still
clips.
can't let that blacken your heart.
They always mocked us
You gotta look
after
at
they finished killing us.
that's what happened.
Please do not wait. You already
And
know
you're living in the
the
now. Now is what matters.
Please do not wait. We must view this, brothers and sisters. We have to know about this so we can be able to teach our babies. The Jews teach their babies every day.
Right.
They make you don't forget about their Holocaust.
Right.
They always say, never forget. And I'm never going to stop showing this. I'm going to always show this to our people. If I get a chance to do so, I'm going to do it. In fact, this is where all of the self-hatred comes out of. Because what they would do is, they would sit your mother in the corner, and they would grab the son and put the whip in the son's hand and tell the son, go over there and beat your mother. And if you don't beat your mother, we're going to lynch you up, cut your penis off. What do you think the son is doing? Y'all remember Fannie Lou Hamer, right? What happened to Fannie Lou Hamer? They threw her in prison and made the two young men that was already in prison beat her.
That's right.
Y'all know the story. I don't want y'all to believe nothing I say up here. Go and do the research yourself. That's what I'm saying. We didn't take the pictures. We were their footstools then. All right? The word picnic means and meant pick a nigga. That's what I just got them talking about. Look at the brother. Whenever you see them hanging a brother with chains, you know they're getting ready to burn him. The reason why they use chains so it won't pop on him. You see what I'm saying? It won't pop on the brother, but they're getting ready to burn the brother. Look at how they got him. When I'm out there on the street, man, we have crowds damn near every day. We are right across the street from the Apollo Theater, and we are teaching the children for free. We are teaching the children about this right here. None of them interact with us. This brother right here, his name is Richard. I forgot his last name. Richard something. But this brother right here was drinking a 40, walking down the street.
I snapped right there to say this to you. It don't get no horrible than what you're seeing right now. To say that these are people that say that they believe in God. These are people that say that they believe in Jesus. Now you need to think to yourself, now, is this what you want to follow in footsteps in believing? A people who did this to another people? This is where the rubber meets the road at with you people. With you conscious thinking, supposed to be thinking consciously with your own mind thinking. I can say that y'all not. Y'all consciously thinking the way that you was taught to think as a kid to now that you are adult. You're not thinking properly. When you sit here saying that you are a Christian behind the same people who did this to a people and say that they believe in God and Jesus and they could do a person this here. No, you can't sugarcoat shit with me no matter what. It's gonna always be shit underneath. They got sugar on top. You can't sugarcoat shit. No matter if you if you scratch that sugar off it, it's still shit underneath. You can't sugarcoat it. So I want you to know this coming from me. I'm not sugarcoating shit with nobody. I'm gonna tell you how it is. Because if I sugarcoat shit with you and know that it's shit that I'm sugarcoating, for sugarcoating that shit with you, I should lay up there and suck on that shit so I can suck the sugar off so I can taste the shit that I was just giving to you. I ain't trying to taste no shit. I'm trying to do what's right. I am doing what's right. I'm telling you what's right. And the truth will set you free. And the only place where you can be free. And it starts, and when it first starts you, it starts in your heart. That's the first thing that develops you in the womb. And you are in the shape of the heart And that's the love from the Creator that loves you unconditionally. That means no matter what you do, the Creator's gonna still love you because whatever you do wrong, you doing it to you. I don't care who you get over on to do that wrong on. In the circle of life, it's coming back to you 4 times more than what you just did. Because you knew what you were doing when you did it was wrong. Straight is one way. Loving to create, not to destroy. I'm just saying. Let's finish with this here. Fucking shame, man. Y'all believe in that bullshit.
And he accidentally stumbled into a white girl. And this is the price he had to pay. See, the white man takes care of his woman. When we gonna take care of ours? I know, how many of y'all got upset when you heard Amos, what's his name, Amos? Amos called you nappy head hoes. How many of you got upset at that? Put a show of hands. You see, the reason you got upset, brothers and sisters, is because you wanted him to view you as something else. What's wrong with your nappy head? Love your nappy head. Love your nappy head. What you expect him to call you? A couple of months before that, it was Kramer that came out. And it said something about, made a joke about the black niggas out there in the balcony. You see what I'm saying? It's really good. Come on, man. I love it when they come out like that. I was like, yes, let the world see it. Because I've been telling you this all this time. Look at the brother being hung right in front of the courthouse. The court buildings. There's a white woman standing out looking. She probably was the judge that gave it. And look at the white boys right here. Let's examine their faces a little closer. Look at them. They love this man. The white man would send his babies out as a rites of passage and say, you want to be a man? Go out and bring us back a man. You see, whereas on the flip side of that was our father sometimes would give us our spear and say, go out and bring me back a lion. So we would have to go out there and fight the lion. Whereas the white man would have to fight what they call a nigger, because psychologically, he see us as the lions. We just a sleeping lion. What did Marcus Garvey say? He said, you may have captured the lion, but I have left many cubs out there in the wilderness. I'm one of the cubs. I'm one of the cubs of Marcus Garvey. And I hope this is touching y'all, brothers and sisters. It's all right to cry if you want to. I cried many times when I first saw this right here. And I ran with it ever since. I never let up on it. There's a brother, 14 years old, being hung off of a bridge. Only because he was working for the white man all day. And when it came time for him to pay him, go and do the research yourself. You can look it up on the internet. It's called Without Sanctuary. And you can get the stories. They telling you what they did to him. All right? They telling you. When it came time for them to pay the brother, they refused to pay him. His mother was hungry. Brother Akbar, check the camera, make sure everything is good. They refused to pay the brother. So what he did was went into a grocery store and he got caught stealing some meat. And this is the price that the brother had to pay. 14 years old, just like Emmett Till, 1955, 14 years old. See that? His pants is down because they castrated the brother. His mother ran out to save her son, and they hung her right beside him. That's the mother. Her name is Lori Nelson. She was only 34 years old. And she was married, of course. You see her ring right there? She was married. I don't know if y'all can see this clear enough. But the young man is looking right at us. He's looking right at us. You see his pants now? His pants is down because they castrated the brother. Here's his face. He's looking right at us. But if you go back to it, you see all the little white girls standing up.
Y'all following.
They took their children.
This is the religion y'all following. This is the religion that y'all are following.
They kicked down the door, took out the whole family. You got the father, son, another son, and there's another son you probably can't see.
I do this like this because I'm not trying to get no hits. I'm not trying to get no likes. I'm just trying to get your mind to start working for you, to find out the truth for you, to find out who the creator is in you, in order for you to be a creator too. I'm just saying, there is no such thing as that word for God.
Because every picture has a story behind it. You can get it from Without Sanctuary. Go type it up online. And also, there's a brother that's set up right next to me that comes out with the books. His name is Dr. Jack Belton. He has these books all the time, right across the street from the apartment. I think the books is $60 or something. $60. It's a big, thick book. I got 2 of them because I had twins and I stuck them inside of my safe because I want to keep this book for when they get older, because you know they're going to take them right off the market sooner or later. So y'all better get it now. Get it now. I got 2 of them stashed away. Look at it. 4 of them hanging on the tree. Strange fruit.
I'm going to get the book and get it remastered. That's all. We'll get the book remastered.
People all over the world look down their nose at the black man. Look how he's kicking after you hang. Most of the time, when they would do a hanging, they would fill your body up with bullets. I forgot to tell y'all that. Sometimes shoot you over 1,000 times. You talking about 41 shots. You talking about 50 shots. We was getting shot over 1,000 times. Over 1,000 times. Dr. Reliegion in the house yet? Okay, not yet. Here's some of the collars that they would put around our neck if we would try to escape. See that? They would put this on your neck, literally put this on your neck. Some of y'all forgot about this. See, we know we went through slavery, but we don't know what took place during that time. And that's why it's important for us to know about this. Know why we are filled with so much self-hatred. You got to know why we get jealous and envious of another brother or sister. Because he might be looking good, or she driving a nice car, and we getting jealous and envious. It all comes out of here. The reason why we call ourselves Christians and Muslims and Jews and Seventh-day Adventists and all kind of things, brothers and sisters, we don't know what we are today. Including me, we all messed up. We are all messed up. Hebrew Israelites, Muslims, Moors, Masons, 5%ers, elves. But when you really study who you are, you'll see we ain't none of that. We are a spiritual creature, spiritual by nature. Here's one of the iron collar bells that they can put on your neck so they can hear you coming when you're walking down the street. Where do you think they get the term, you a barrel of laughs from? Where did that come from? Anybody with a short hand? Raise your hand. Where did it, yes sir, brother. That's it. I love to have somebody else here that knows what I'm talking about. You know, when something was funny to us, we would have to run to the side of the road and stick our head in a barrel. Because the white man didn't want to see us smiling and having a good time. So we had to run to the side of the road and stick our head in the barrel and laugh and come up. All right, see, these are some of the things we need to know. And this is how it would look when it was on you. It would look just like this. This white man is crazy, ain't he? This is a sick beast right here. Sick beast. Most of the times they would make iron collars so that you wouldn't be able to escape through the woods. Why was the collars there? So you can't run through the woods because the collars would get caught on trees and snap your neck. It would look like this right here. This is a real picture. See that? These are real pictures here. I forgot what they call this thing here. Guillotine or something like that? Okay. This right here. Okay. I brought some clips, man. I forgot to bring the sound system. Hopefully, this could be loud enough. See, the white man tells you what he's going to do sometimes through his movies. Right. He tells you, he shows you. Right. The problem is we too busy looking at it trying to be entertained. Right. He's telling you what he has done. Right. I hope it's loud enough. Let the speakers. Y'all can't hear that, can you? This is exactly how they would do it. This is the movie Rosebud. So you gonna let them know you can't eat me, because that's what they was doing. Listen. They was eating us as well. Right. These are cannibals, man, that we did.
These are people that believe in God.
See that? They teach they baby. Y'all see it? They always cut parts within the air as a silver nail. See that? Holds it up in the air. Come on, brothers and sisters. Y'all need to know this, man. Y'all need to know this.
They watching, bro. They watching, dog.
A lot of us don't want to deal with that.
horrible, man.
Say something. Talk to me.
Nigga, let me say it. That shit horrible, man. That shit horrible. Happened to a people.
Yes, sir.
One of the brothers was a Mason.
Yes, he was.
He was trying to get away. He ran across a white piece. He was trying to help him. And his brother asked him, why is he trying to help him? Because they're not the same.
There you
He
go.
said he's a friend of a friend. And that same brother, they ended up paying him.
That's right, brother. That is correct. Yes. Talk about DNA.
I stopped mine to say this. That's why any secret society, Mason, Kappa, Q, any secret society, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, any type of secret society, police, fireman, doctor, nurse, lawyer, all these people who sign oaths to do different things, that have to swear on a Bible, or people that have secrets in the society that they just sworn an oath to uphold in by having to swear to a fake ass God. When you sit and think about what the truth is, they get sworn into a lie by saying, so help me God. So like I said again, the truth is in you. For you to find the truth out, to know what the truth in you, you do not have to believe in what nobody else say, because you feel to know the truth is love unconditionally, because you feel to know that that is you living. I'm just saying, fuck all the bullshit.
I just learned something. See that? We all can learn something. Right. This is something we need to get through. We already saw this. This is a big black man right here. They tied him to a pole, and all of them had took turns whipping him. It's his turn. And they would beat him and make this black man start crying. And sometimes this is called flogging a slave. They would tie us to the ground with both of our hands there, and they begin to beat us and put objects up our rectum and stuff like that.
I got a question, man.
Yes, sir.
I studied a lot, and last night is just kind of I was over the edge. Like, I see so much of them being super superior and doing all of this stuff, and we not doing nothing. What is the direction and what we gonna do? Like, I'm tired of seeing them being like they can't be stopped. It's you sit back in TV and watch it. They got tanks and all this. It's like they can't be stopped. But I know they can be stopped. What is it that's gonna stop them?
Anybody can answer that question for the brother?
Tell me.
Because we all teachers up in there.
Just standing up against the bullshit. But we gotta unite. Something to say that you can't unite with them. You can unite with some white people, but you can't let them see anything.
Once we know ourselves, we know the power that we actually have in our hands. The movie Matrix is kind of far-fetched looking.
No.
But all that stuff that he was doing,
Right.
we can actually do. We can dodge bullets, we can fly, we can do all of that stuff. But we have to find it in us inside ourselves.
It's in there.
There's no way outside that we're going to answer this problem. The only answers are right inside your own head, and you finding that and tapping into that, you'll be able to fight them with something that they can't fight
In
us
your
back.
heart.
Goal of all of this is we must get our children back. Without them, we ain't going nowhere. I don't see it in my life. We can see it through our baby's eyes. You see?
My thing is, I don't care.
And I ain't talking about them grabbing guns, picking up guns, and nah, that's not even what I'm talking about. We ain't dealing with that. But let me go through this real quick before Dr. Ray come in here. I want to show this. And I'm going to open it up if I finish this up. All right, we already got through this right here. As you can see it right here. The lash of the braided leather on this wooden handle whip sliced open the flesh of his victims. A common punishment some particularly brutal overseers or slave drivers would follow with a douse of salt water to intensify the pain. See that? Can you imagine? Now, we all know if some salt touch a little cut on our finger, that right there will burn the hell out of us. Right? All right? Come on, man. Look at how they would do us. Who know who this sister is? I need some help. I don't know who she is. I forgot. You see what I'm saying? I forgot who she is, but I do know that she was a militant revolutionary. And they would have to put this on her mouth because she would go around each plantation telling the black man to stand up and fight and kill your enemy. Y'all ever heard of Nat Turner? Yeah. Nat Turner took a message from her. All right, she would have to rise up, so they would put this on her mouth because they all looked at us as what? In the eyes of the white man, we were all niggers and animals. And they seen us as what? As dogs. So they would put the muzzle on our face to stop us from eating when they wanted to punish us. Or when they didn't want us to talk. They would put the muzzle on our face. Just like that. Just like the rock wall.
Wow.
Here's the way some of it look. It's called the tongue suppressor. Most of the time they would have this on our face so long that the imprint would be stuck on our face. And we never move. Look at some of the instruments they would use. Here's the iron collar. The 10 cone will go right on your foot or your hand. The iron collar, right here. The iron mask. The wrist iron with spikes. Yes.
They didn't stop doing this because they like it. They just have another tactic of doing it.
Brother, now that's quiet as it's kept. We need to talk about it. This is still going on right now.
Yes, very much.
All right? They say assalamu alaikum to you in the daytime and get you in the nighttime. Yesterday, Saturday, a young brother walked up on me. A young new Black Panther brother. He's a good brother. And he walked up on me and said, yo, brother, son, nothing. People down the block said you lost your mind because you walking around talking about Asar Akbar. See, the Muslims say Allah Akbar, which means what? God is the greatest. I choose to say Asar Akbar. Asar is the greatest. So they said, yo, this dude saw nothing. He's bugging out. He walking around saying Asar Akbar. What's the difference? We've been saying Asar way before Allah. You know what I'm saying? I choose to call Asar. That's all. I just choose to call Asar. Here's some of the instruments that they will also use to have us hanging, whipping us while we're hanging up in the air. Put our hand through there, sometimes the feet through there, have us swinging, and they will begin to whip us. This is the tongue suppressor right here. This piece right here goes into your mouth as this mask goes and covers your head. See how they were shaking with ankles. And it would look like this. Sometimes they would put two of us together when we can't run different ways. If we wanted to try to get away. So I'm going to speed through this because I know Dr. Ray will be walking in a minute. He told me it was around the corner. Sometimes they would have us sitting down like this. As long as it's documented on there, we can see it. I want y'all to all go back to that and check it out. WithoutSanctuary.com. And they'll give it up to you. Look how they branded the system.
Jackman, I'm so sorry.
You should go.
WithoutSanctuary.com.
And you said y'all always across the street from the Apollo.
Yes, sir. Every day except the Sunday.
Yeah. Explain it this. Why do so many of us think that we are free?
Brother, post-traumatic slave syndrome, brother. It's post-traumatic slave syndrome. That's what that is. The white man gives us jobs, give you a car, and we think we made it.
You only had your job. That doesn't make you free. Like they think they're free today.
Check this out right here.
Comfortable, man. You get to eat. Say cool.
Yes, sir.
I got this.
Now, this is a sister who went back in time when she went into the cave. Look at it. This is a good movie. I all need to get this if y'all got it. This is Sankofa. Check it out. Let me say something right quick. She thought she was an American. She went and took a trip over to Africa. And when she went in the cave, she went back in time. And she woke up thinking that she was an American. And the white man looking at her like, nah, you're African. This is what happening to us right now. A lot of us think that we are American. You see? Huh? No, not yet. She's locked inside of the cave. But when the white man opened it up, she gonna think that he came to save her. Nah, he come to put you in slave. Watch. See, they already got the brothers. Sankofa means to go back, look back, and get to history. Never forget where you came from. She's scared of them. They just trying to help her. But she's afraid of her own people.
Yeah, she back in time, man. She dead now.
Right.
She an actor. He didn't show you the
See, here she goes. She's calling the white man down here. See? Oh, he helped me. Dr. Ray Hagins is in the house. Check it out, y'all. Check it out. This is where they begin to brand us.
Y'all, excuse me for a minute. Let me greet my brother here. What's up? Good.
Check it out. They did this because they wanted to make sure if she get away that they would bring her back to the slave master.
Like how?
So can you imagine? Look at that. Putting that on you like you are a horse. Why would y'all want to forget about this? Why would you want to forget about your ancestors, man? This is how you keep them alive. Here's the beginning stages of the self-hatred. See? They would make him beat his own sister. But he don't want to do it.
You know what, boy? You need to raise the tail in black eyes. Look at me, boy. You don't get deal, nigga. No, sir. I just don't be feeling good today. Boy, I'll take you walking. Now,
see what he's saying?
Yeah.
This is where the beginning stages of self-hatred comes in there. If your brother is whipping the hell out of you, how you gonna feel towards your brother? You gonna start hating him, right?
I know what he's doing. Can't hear him.
See, he's upset because they pointed him to do the whipping. Shango, that's the man right there. Okay, there goes Brandon right there. What we just witnessed, we just saw. Here's the sister right here. She comes by. Y'all seen the sister, right? She comes by to see us all the time. The one that played in the movie San Kobe, the one that was getting branded. That's the sister right there. Right? The barbecue. Uh-oh. This is where the word barbecue comes from, brothers and sisters. Words that we use so much. Over 500,000 white men, women, and children came out to burn that black man alive. Y'all see him right there? When they finished burning him alive, look at it closer. They hung him up so that the world could see. That's the brother right there. His name is Jesse Washington. This happened in Waco, Texas. And there was a postcard sent back home to their mother. This is the barbecue we had last night. My picture is to the left with the arrow with the cross over it, your son, Joe. See that? This is the barbecue that they had last night. That's on the back of this picture. Brother Will Brown. How many of you ever heard of Will Brown? When I show you this picture, you're going to know who he is. They clammed up in the courtrooms to get him. In the precinct. See him scaling the wall? Breaking all of this out just to get him because they accused him of raping a white girl. He was mentally retarded, the brother who they talking about. And this is the white woman that he was accused of raping. When they dragged him out of the house, he ain't had no clothes on his body. They ripped everything off him. And this is what they did to him. How many of y'all saw that picture? Yes. That's the brother right there. Y'all know what this is right here, sticking out like all this right here. Should I say it? That's it.
What's his name again?
Will Brown. There you go. That's how he looked before they did it. That's the brother right there. 1919. Will Brown. I know we're familiar with this picture right here. Stacy, brother Stacy, with the white girl standing around the body smiling. Let's show you what we're talking about. Here she go right here. She was on the Oprah Winfrey show not too long ago. Some of them are still alive. Who said that's correct? There you go. I like witnesses, man. What was she doing on the show? She was talking about how she didn't know what was going on. So she looked like she's about 7, 6 years old. Yeah, my baby is 5 years old. If they see somebody hanging on the tree, they know what's going on. She's running. Oh, you know that, right? You got 2 at a time. Just going through it because I want this brother to get head up. You ready? Brother Will James. When they caught this brother, look at what they did to him. Chopped his head off and put it on the stick. And they burned it. That's his head right there. The head of Will James. Now, if you was walking along the line, you will see many sticks like this as you go miles and miles down the road. They had them inside the ground as you would walk down the street. Sometimes our mothers and sisters couldn't even walk down the street without seeing our brother hanging from a tree. We had to witness that. So don't you tell me now that you can't even look at it. They had to go through it. All you got to do is study it and know it. We use too many excuses like, oh, I can't see that. It's going to make me do something. Come on, now, stop. It should make you do something. Right? Go home and teach your babies about it. Right. That's what it should make you do. Look at it. How many of us heard of the term mother effer? And we all used it before, mother effer. See, a lot of these terms come right around the sleeve.
Well, how you just said it.
Barbecue, pick a nigga, mother effer, because they would take the son and make the son have sex with his own mother just to produce a baby, because they wanted that baby to generate wealth from her. Those who did, our ancestors would label him as he's a mother effer. He's a mother effer. It wasn't a curse word. We used that to describe the character or behavior, but they turned it into a curse word, and we just took it and ran with it. But this right here, look at it. They stripped the brother of all his clothes. Look at the whips on him. Beat him. Whipped him in the back. And they said, brother. They said, nigga, not brother. They said, nigga, is you gonna lay down with your mother and have this baby for us, nigga? If you don't, we're gonna kill you. And he said, no, I'm not gonna do that. I refuse to do it. And as you can see, here's the third picture. He got the rag wrapped around his waist because they did what? They castrated him. You can't forget about this, brother. We're almost at the end. Can't forget about Emmett Till, 1955, in Mississippi, 14 years old. As you can look at his face, that's how he looked before that. And that's a strong black mother right there, who refused to let the white man tell her to close the casket and don't let the world see what we did to your son. She said, nah, I'm not closing this casket. I want the world to see what you did to my baby. She said, you could smell the stitch coming from his body 5 blocks away. His eyeball was hanging on the chest by the shreds. You see, I'm not going to stand up here and down for you. We need to know the truth of what happened to our brother. We can't water it down. It's all right to have tears coming down. I did that already. I passed that. Now I'm trying to teach my people. Now we at the end. Here we go. This picture right here, what you're looking at, is 30-something years old. And this man is standing in the exact same spot where I'm standing at today. Think about that, brothers and sisters. Is this spiritual or what? Y'all ever heard of Mashaw's bookstore? Well, that's where it's at, Mashaw's bookstore. That's the brother right there. You see his bullhorn? And I have my bullhorn going. And I'm right there in the second. See, here's the Victoria box, right here where I'm pointing. See it? You can't see the Apollo because the Apollo is right here. It's a side shot. And here's the pole that right Jack Felder is really, Jack Felder is right here. And I'm right here on the other side of the pole. Think about that. See, this is spiritual. He's out there bending, not with Mickey Mouse stuff, not with Scooby-Doo. He's bringing back consciousness. The same thing that we're doing today. All right? This is powerful right here. Bobby Hemmett dropped on the lecture. I had to get that picture. I had to borrow that. And how many of y'all know who that man is? That's Method Man right there. I'm going to give that brother some props. Give it up for Method Man for me. See, we criticize them when they do bad things, but when they do good things, sometimes we got to come together and, promote them for that. Maybe they'll be given you more and more good works. This brother Method Man, last week it was Thursday. He came past my table. That's him right there. He walked past. He looked down. See what I had. Gave my brother out there $100 and took a DVD. Just took one. Said, here, take the $100. Gave it to him. Walked away. Walked back to the picture. Because I had the pictures hanging up outside. Every day. Had them hanging up outside on the big wall. He looked at the pictures. Went through it like, walked away. Went up the block. Now, when he went up the block, all these little kids that you see right here, Mom, oh, Method Man, Method Man, Method Man. Method Man looked at the kids and said, you know what? Come follow me. And he brought them right back to the pictures that I was in. And now he's teaching where I was at, standing there. something good, we need to applaud that. Because that might make them start doing a lot, more things that's good for our people. All right, so give it up one more time for me. Next man left the children there. Because he had to go back, run across the street by the Apollo, jump in the car, and get up out of here. He left the children there, and they stayed there with me for damn near half an hour. As I was going through all the pictures up there on the wall, breaking it down. And they all created this at the end of the lecture. Now, see, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
So that's what we are.
That's why I'm on the Grand Theft Auto. And I'm about to get on there in a minute.
That really made me know that I was doing the right thing. That's another picture. These brothers come from Jersey, from North, come out. But this is the one that made me real. Oh, here you go. This is a brother walking down the street with his Bible. So he had me teaching about the lynchings. He come across me, started arguing with me. Brother Jesus said we need to love everybody. You teaching hate. I said, brother, how can the truth be hate? I'm showing you the hate that was poured on us. That's what I'm showing you. I'm teaching you that. But this is the picture in the shot that made me say, man, I know I'm doing the right thing. And this happened last week as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Here's a sister, a young lady
Right.
by the name of Stephanie.
Right.
Her father would come by me all the time and take it back home and say, brother, my daughter want to meet you so bad, brother. I got to bring her to see you, man. She want to take a picture with you. So I never met the sister before.
Right.
This is my second time meeting her. Stand up, sister.
Right.
Give it up for her right here. Because what we do is, not only do we teach hard, but when white folks walk past me, they bow down. They get on all four. Believe it or not, they get on all four and bow down to me like this. Sometimes they kiss my, am I lying, y'all?
Right.
Do I make them do it or they do it? They do it on their own. This is what they do. See, so what I'm trying to say is, I get more respect from white folks by kicking them in their behind than you get kissing. Not you out there. Not you in the audience.
Fox tomorrow.
I'm gonna kill you both.
The 9-9 starts the season in witness protection.
If I kick them in their behind, then you get kissing it, man. Not you out there. I gotta say that again. You are the conscious soul. But this sister right here, man, she made me go home. Little Stephanie, and I went home and showed my wife. I was like, oh, this sister came all the way out here to meet me. And when she did, she came over, hugged me, and that's the father right there. Give it up to him. So and he watches it with his daughter. And he told me, he said, yo, man, my daughter liked the way she seen me on the DVD, and the crackers was standing out loud, kissing your feet right around stuff. All right. And that's serious. Now we're afraid. We're afraid. All right. And I want to dedicate this to Ida B. Wells. That's right. Please go and study who this black woman is right here. Powerful sister. Encourage your babies to want to be like Ida B. Wells. Powerful spirit. If it wasn't for this sister, them pictures really wouldn't even be out there. She's the one that really publicized it. She had to run underground for 30 years because the white man wanted her so bad to kill her. She had to walk just like Harriet Tubman with a 45 caliber pistol on her waist side.
Right.
All right? Yes. How many of you ever heard of, what's the brothers that got caught raping a white girl? They said rape the white girl in the train. There you go. Who do you think freed them? Who freed her, Doc? She dressed up as a lawyer. Went at the time when the white man was looking for her. She dressed up, she didn't fear, just like Harriet Tubman.
Right.
And she went up in there and acted like she was a lawyer to go and speak to the brothers. And she spoke to them, and when they all got out, they all came to visit her. Ida B. Wells. Give it up, y'all. Now we have this part, the last closing part. Stolen and corrupted. to your blackness, brothers and sisters. Don't let nobody tell you you ain't black.
That's right.
Stop letting people tell you black really means white. Don't teach your babies that stuff. Like I said, such a stigma has been attached to black that we want to be anything but that.
That's right.
I was black before I came out of the womb. What is soot? What is our ancient ancestors taught? What is Kim and Kemet? See, Dr. Ray Hagins is going to get into that, so I don't even want to get into him. He's going to get into it. But look at the Greeks trying to copy everything that we do. You see that? Stolen and corrupted. We all know who that is. Some said it's the face of a woman. I don't know. I'm just saying some people say that. And if it is, we need to know. They call it Hierarchy, which means Heru is on the horizon. Hierarchy. Now look at how the white men do his. Stolen and corrupted. You see that? That's supposed to be old. George Washington. Stolen and corrupted. We all know where that comes from. Mary holding Jesus. We all know it comes from Isis and Heru, who some of you call Horus. I'm going through it. Hey, You do that again. That makes me jump. Because every day I talk about Islam, man, I got so much hate from my people out there in the street. I try not to talk, but see, what I do is I show truth. When they come down and see this carved in stone, the Arabs, they automatically assume that we was on the ground praying to a mystery God that exists outside of us. No, that's not the fact. Look at that. That's Queen Hatshepsut. That's right. And what she's doing now is bringing gifts to her mother. You see that in both hands. But the Arabs thought we was bowing down, praying to a God that is in the sky. Look at it. See that? Holland, we would bow down and give praises to the new baby that came into being. Or praise the water that just came through for us to live long and drink the water. Yep. Or the sun is shining today. Yeah. See that? That's what we was doing. But what happened? They corrupted it and thought we was praying to a God outside of ourselves. See, this is thousands of years old. Right. Way before Islam came into being. Right. You see that? So we got the proof. We got the proof. Look, everybody all over the world is copying you, brothers and sisters. Look at this right here. This is in Rome. 18 AD. Where did they get the building from? Look what's in front of the building, too. What do they call it? The obelisk. What is it?
Supposed to be Horus Phoenix.
Yes, sir. But where did it come from? The temple of Karnak Luxor. Yes. Look at it. You see it right here? You see the building? Even the White House got in on it. And you see the water. But where did they get it from? See, the water shot is right here on this side. Let's look at it. See that? Stolen and corrupted. All of this science is yours, brothers and sisters. Now, at this time, there was nothing called Christianity. Take it or let it alone. I'm not attacking nobody's religion. Take it or let it alone. There was no such thing as Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hebrew, Moor. The only Masons on the planet was our mothers and fathers. That's how we was building this great masonry right here. Okay? Now, all you gotta do is prove me wrong. How old is Christianity? They say 2,000 years old, right? Plus, how old is Islam? 1,400 years old. What was we doing 3,000 years ago? Living in high civilization, high culture. We was going under the rules and laws of Ma'at. And Ray's going to get into that. I don't want to touch too much on it. Which means truth, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, balance, harmony, and order. Right. And we was following all of that. All right? But see, in order to strip a people of themselves, you enslaved us first. Once you conquer the man, you take away his woman. And you make the woman teach your baby a whole 360 degrees different than what you was teaching. Right. Take your baby away and send him thousands of miles away. So he won't be able to learn his language. Right. Look at this building right here by the Greek, the freak. I said the Greek, the freak. Look at this building. Where did he get it from? There it is. George Washington, Jackson, Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy. And I forgot this one. What do y'all notice on the picture? This is the end. What do y'all notice? All of the left foot is forward. All of them. Where did it come from? It come from you, brothers and sisters. Look at that. Left foot forward to do what? Trample down evil. Right? Left foot forward to trample down evil. And God knows. Left foot forward. I thank you, brothers and sisters, and we want to come out. All right, yes. We're going to take a 15-minute break. Let this brother set up and come right back for it, brothers. All y'all want to stay here and let him get into it.
I'd also like to say to a brother who's been out here in the trenches, putting his life on the line every day, trying to get the truth out to us.
And I gotta say again, truth is the truth. Period. Fuck all the bullshit. You gotta know this in order to be talking about this. And you people know the truth, man. All I can say is, what are you gonna do with knowing the truth is in you? And that Bible, and that God, and that Jesus is all man-made bullshit to fool you into going into a groove that you in. And you're in that groove well. You don't want to even must let go of that bullshit that you know is a lie because you feel it's a lie because it ain't been working for you. And those of you who's working for it, I can say this to y'all. 9 times out of 10, y'all a bunch of lies too. And I'm just saying. I'm Mr. Glasses. And this is part 1. I'm finishing it up. But I'm finishing it up on Grand Theft Auto. Nah, we'll finish up here. Alright, here we go. I just realized I don't know if we're going to use Bible
I'd like to say thank you to this brother for what he's doing, for the sacrifice, the energy he's putting into trying to wake us up. Everybody, please put your hands together for Brother Sarnell. Well, brothers and sisters, I can't see that. You gotta put that way there so I can see you. Oh, that's okay. Oh, okay. You just see the corner bar. Oh, you good. That's good. Okay. Here I am, and I'm to do a little bit more of what I do. Okay, I'd like to say to all of you who've been emailing me, listening to Black Liberation Radio, and sending your love, sending your energy, that we stay in good health to get this message of liberation out there. Thank you so very much. Before I get started, brothers and sisters, I want to do what I always do whenever I give a lecture, whenever we gather together at the African Village in St. Louis. We always honor those who have made it possible for our being. And when I say that, I mean the Almighty and our ancestors. So if you don't mind, just give me a moment to give what I call the oath to our ancestors. Here are the words to that. O ancestors, blacker than 1,000 midnights. African ancestors, it is to you that we, your children, give respect and honor. O ancestors, we call upon you and we welcome you in this place. African ancestors, let your presence fill this place. O ancestors who have been purposely excluded from the history books so that the world would not know of your greatness. Our African ancestors who gave civilization to the world. Our African ancestors who gave the arts to the world. Our African ancestors who gave the sciences to the world. Our African ancestors who gave music to the world. Our African ancestors who gave mathematics to the world. Our African ancestors who gave medicine to the world. Our African ancestors who gave literature to the world. Our African ancestors who gave philosophy to the world. Our African ancestors who gave God consciousness to the world. Oh, ancestors, we thank you for devoting your life to make a future for us. your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Now stand with us. Strengthen us, guide us, teach us, and protect us from the snare of our enemies. Rise up, O African ancestors, and let our enemies be scattered. And give us the wisdom and the boldness to deal with our oppressors and those who would hinder the liberation and empowerment of our people. Rise up, O African ancestors, and live in us. We will not fail to honor you. We will not fail to hear you, and we will not fail to obey you, and we will not betray you. Ashe. Ashe. Oh, man. Before I get started, I want everybody in the room to read what's inside this circle, please. Let's read it together. The space inside this circle represents my realm of knowledge. All that I think I know, about whatever I think I know, is depicted right here within this circle. I must keep in mind that there is more to know than what is within the circumference of my awareness. Does everybody understand that? Yes, sir. One of the greatest pains that I go through as a teacher is when I say something that is outside of your circumference of awareness, and you immediately retaliate against what I said, and you don't even know about what I said. You follow me? And we have a disease that I call dedicated ignorance. Okay? And we need to get out of that so that we can expand our horizons and free our African minds. All right, so I'm saying that now to let you know, if I say something today, brothers and sisters, and I promise you, I'm going to do that. All right? I'm going to say something that's outside of your realm of awareness that's going to be offensive to some. That is not my intent. I did not come here today to offend anyone. I will have, as my brother, I think it was Dr. Amos Wilson, I think it was Amos, who said, I only have one enemy, and that enemy is racism. You are not my enemy, and I'm not your enemy. All right? However, many of us have been programmed to hate each other. That's correct. You follow what I'm saying? Simply because, we step outside of what we think we know. So that's why I preface all of my lectures with this right here, okay? Moving ahead, what is my objective for being here today? Number one, I did not come here from Missouri to impress you. I didn't come here to try to, excite you, thrill you, spill you as we used to do in the church. I came here today to set you free. That's what I'm here for. So the aim of this lecture is to begin the process, family, reversing ideas and concepts that have been programmed into the minds of our people by the religious statements and church doctrines that have caused us as a people to adopt a belief system that has resulted in our loss of contact with what is real, what's factual, what's historical, and what's spiritual. I'm a psychologist by profession. And whenever I find a patient who believes in something that is not factual, believe it or not, that's a psychological impairment. I'm serious about that. When you believe in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and you believe he had a very shiny nose, and you believe that he leads other reindeer through the sky, and you truly believe that, you have a psychological impairment. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Okay? When you believe in a Santa Claus, or when you believe in Little Red Riding Hood, when you believe in all of these stories, that's a psychological impairment. But guess what? We have no problem accepting that reality, except when it comes to religion. In like manner, the same unverifiable stories and fairy tales extend into the realm of religion. Okay? And when you truly believe with everything in you, okay, that a woman had a baby without sex with a man, that's a psychological impairment. When you truly believe that a man floated up on a cloud and he's coming back, let me back up a minute. How many of you, and be honest with me so I'll know how to talk, okay? How many of you in here are Christians? Let me see your hand. Okay, not too many. All right, so I know how to talk, all right, because I know where you are. How many of you grew up in a Christian background? Whoa! Okay, so I see a lot of you have been set free. Good. Okay. How many of you in here are Muslims? Right? Good to see you. Thank you. I greet you by saying to you, Assalamu alaikum. All right. How many of you in here are from a Hebrew Israelite background? Any? Okay, great. Okay, thank you for coming. How many of you in here, just from a West African perspective, of Yoruba spirituality or what have you? Any? Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, and I greet you West African philosophical thought by saying Obaragani. Greet you that way. Okay, those of you who don't know yet where you stand, I greet y'all by saying That's right. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. Today I'm supposed to talk to you about religion and spirituality. Okay. And I'm glad that Brother Sonetta asked me to speak on this subject. Religiosity, okay, versus spirituality. What is religion? Now, can I take y'all to school?
Yes, sir.
We didn't come to have church, right?
That's right.
You came to free your African mind, right?
That's right.
Okay, good. What is religion? Let's define it. In the definition of its true purpose, religion may be defined as, check this out now, as a cultural, psycho-philosophical vehicle of spiritual and intellectual enslavement. Y'all got that much? Cultural. Please understand, all religion is nothing but the deification of someone's culture. All of it. Okay? It's also a psycho-intellectual, meaning the mind, vehicle, statements that are made, teachings that are taught, doctrines that are held, viewpoints that are shared. They're all designed for your enslavement. The goal of religion is threefold. The first is the cultural and racial superiority of the people who created it. Did y'all grab that? All right, put all phones on vibrate, please. We're recording all this, okay? The cultural and racial superiority of the people who created it. Every religion wants to claim cultural supremacy over everybody else on the planet. Every religion wants to claim superiority for the race out of which that religion came. That's the first goal of religion. The second goal of religion is to create a paralysis of analysis in those of you who believe in it. What does that mean? That means don't think. Okay? That's the goal of religion, to stop the thought process, to prevent you from using your critical thinking faculties. They give you, how many of you have ever heard of orientation programs in churches? New member orientation. Ain't that deep? The whole purpose of new member orientation is for you to come into this organization, and so we can tell you what we believe over here, and if you want to be a part of this organization, this is what you must believe. It's called a doctrinal statement. And then if you begin to ask questions about that which does not make sense, you are asked to leave. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay? They don't want you to exercise your thinking skills. So religion fosters a paralysis of analysis to those who believe in it. The third point of religion is the perpetual empowerment. Perpetual means ongoing. The perpetual empowerment of the agenda intended by it. What's the agenda behind religion? Control. Thank you. The agenda behind religion is to take away your power. And again, this this is for all religions. Now, what is spirituality? Let's break it down. See, we got to be clear on definition before we go any further. Spirituality may be defined as the existential relationship of a cosmological person. In case y'all don't know who a cosmological person is, it's right there. Black folk. Okay, we are the only cosmological people on this planet. Well, Brother Ray, what's cosmological? From the word cosmos, which means the universe. Logical is the study of. Okay, we as a people, we and the universe are one and the same. Black African people, we are cosmological people. All right? Now, what's deep about it is religion disconnects you from your cosmological reality. It takes you out of your consciousness of what is around you.
Now, I stopped there to say this to you. What's in between you loving you? What's in between you loving the person that you love that makes your one into two? The opposite sex attract. What's in between you, man, loving that woman, man, straight the right way, knowing each other, knowing that if you and her come together in making love after knowing each other, knowing that making love can create another one of each other. I'm just saying, a positive and a negative coming together to make a positive of a negative, another of that positive and that negative. It's only one way that love can go straight to create, not destroy. Straight, not to the left, not to the right, not backwards. Love is one way to create, and that's straight between a man and a woman, a male and a female. The truth is the truth, period. Fuck all the bullshit. The creativity in you is the creator of you. It's that spark, that motivation for you to go straight. It's that touch of love unconditionally that lets you know that you are alive with choices. Period. I can't make you believe what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I know is true to say. And I wouldn't want to prove no one wrong because I don't want no one feeling nowhere bad about me. I just want everybody to know that I love them no matter how they feel about me. Because I care what you think about me, but I care even more that you constantly thinking with your own mind. I'm just saying, it's time for us to reboot that original computer, which is your brain, and start thinking for yourself, to know who the Creator is in thyself, to know that Jesus and that God man-made bullshit is just that Jesus and that God man-made bullshit. Let's go.
It takes you out of your appreciation for the air, for the water, for the birds, for the trees. It literally removes your appreciation for all this. How many of y'all saw the movie The Green Mile? Okay,
I'm comfortable in my own skin. But a man can't walk in public in his skin alone. Wear what you want to wear. Just don't wear any doubts.
movie The Green Mile. Okay, do y'all remember when they brought the brother out of a holding cell? They were taking him to the warden's house to heal his wife, and he came outside and he stepped and he reached down and picked up the grass and smelled it and said, and then he tried to show it to Tom Hanks and said, smell this, boss. And Tom Hanks said, yeah, okay, whatever. In other words, this brother, being cosmological, was tapped into creation itself. He looked up in the sky and see where he came from. The white folk couldn't relate to that. and they still can't relate to that. And guess what? Because we have taken on a white way of thinking. I said white way. I didn't say right way. I said because we have taken on a white way of thinking, we do the same thing now. Yes, sir. We don't even appreciate nature. If you have something to write with, write this down. NTR. You don't have nothing to write with, just see it in your mind. NTR, the tub. You hear what I'm saying? Now guess what? Of course, those are English characters to try to describe our Kemetic philosophical perspective. Now if you take some vowels and put in there, you can put the vowels E in there and you come up with netzer. Okay, or you can take an A, a U, and an E and put in there and you have nature. That's right. Nature. In other words, we as a people have always understood that the Almighty is expressed in nature. We didn't have to look to some doctrinal statement or some image that was fabricated by some white folk for connecting us to God. We are God. We have God in us. Spirituality. What I have up there? It's personal. What else? Intuitive and individualistically unique. What do you mean, Brother Ray?
Brother Ray, you gotta stop with the God shit, Brother Ray. If you constantly thinking about what you're saying, you gotta constantly think when you're saying something is wrong, as you're saying God is one of their man-made words to go along with the rest of their religion. You gotta go back to what we believe to know. You heard what I just said, huh? What we believe to know. Because you don't really know unless you believe first. But once you believe and then find out to know, it's way better than believing in what you were told because you know none of that was bullshit. I know what I know. And I don't just stand on what I know because I can't stand. I roll on it. But anyway, the truth is the truth. Right there is letting you know, Ray, you keep saying God, that's giving their word power. Get rid of their God and put in there exactly what you're talking about. And you're talking about the loving first people, which is us. The first loving people on earth. The Hebrews. I'm just saying, it is what it is. The Hebrews were the first on earth, and they are the first people, and they are the loving people that ran from the conflict because they wanted peace so bad. But like I said again, sooner or later you gotta stand up for what's right. I'm just saying.
Right? The mistake that most of us make, and I hear all of us who want to be so deep, going through this a lot. When you have a spiritual experience or encounter, look at the person nearest you and say, that's your experience. That's your experience. Look back at them and say, and it was for you. And it was for you. You know what we mess up? We try to document our experience and then teach it to others. Once you document your experience, or try to make somebody else repeat your experience, guess what? It's not spirituality anymore. After that point, it becomes religion. Did y'all grab what I just said? Spirituality is personal. Spirituality is uniquely you and your experience with the Almighty. Please don't ever forget that. It's not defined or regulated by someone else, or by some religious organization, or belief, or doctrinal statement. Now I want to show you something. Look at this diagram I have here on the what do you call this thing? Screen. Sometimes it's a wall, sometimes it's a board, sometimes, you know. Look at the diagram here. In this diagram, you see three circles.
Go into the light.
The innermost circle is called spirit.
Say nothing.
The circle outside of that is called soul. The circle outside of that is called body.
You starting to say what you really mean.
We are a trichotomy.
Something that you're saying.
We are made up of spirit, soul, and body. Now the problem with us is because we have been deracinated, because we have been disconnected from our source, because we are not aware of who we are, spiritually, we're dead. Are y'all following me? Now, when I say dead, I don't mean non-existent. I mean we're in what I refer to as a necromantic state. Necros mean dead life, powerless, inactive. Yes, exactly. Latent, lost. So what has happened as a result of being in a necromantic state in our spirit is desensitized to the things of the Almighty and our ancestors and the world around us. So what are we doing? We're depending on the next thing called soul. Now if you notice, look inside spirit, you'll see three elements there. What are they? Intuition, communion, and conscience. Follow how deep this is. And by the way, what I'm reading right now about spirit has nothing at all to do with academia. When it comes to spirit, it has nothing to do with intellect. It has nothing to do with the data that you sit in a classroom and learn, or that you grab from a lecture like you're hearing right now. Okay? That's in soul. If you notice, the word intellect is in soul. Alright, so everything I'm saying to you right now, your intellect has to digest it. But in your spirit, there's a thing called intuition. Now, we who have become edumacated, as I once heard an old person say, we have become so educated today, going to college, getting the degrees, we have become so intellectual that our intuition is starving. My great-grandmother, who had a third-grade education, had one of the keenest intuitions that I had ever seen in a person. Y'all got it too. You just forgot how to use it. Some of y'all call it your first mind. I should have listened to my first mind. Or some of y'all call it that gut feeling. That's how our elders lived. That's how our ancestors lived. They might not have been able to academically explain something away, but they knew in their intuition whether it was right or wrong. The older folk would say, something about that ain't right to me. I can't explain to you what ain't right about it, but something about that don't feel right. And if we would listen to that more, brothers and sisters, the mistakes that we make in our lives, we wouldn't make them. Because the Creator and the ancestors speak to us in our intuition, not in our intellect. Let me quote a verse out of the biblical text for you. John 4:24 says this way, God a spirit. And if you want to communicate with the Almighty, you must do it in spirit. Right. Now, even though it's in the Bible, guess what? That's a true statement.
Y'all heard what that boy said, huh? That boy said, John said this here. Now, I'm gonna let that go to this Michael Jackson song, because I gotta live there and advance this to you. I'm in the Bible. 15, 1 second verse, 15 through 16, no, 1 verse, 2nd chapter, 15 through 16, 17. But anyway, it's in there. I'm joined in there with the truth. And for him to be on here right now, about to quote something from the Bible with my name behind it, I am Mr. Glasses, because that's the thing that the Creator gave me when I first started realizing what journey I was on, in order for me to see the things that I needed to see. Why I'm on this journey, I needed glasses to see them because my naked eyes wasn't seeing it right. I'm just saying. Straight. I say I wasn't seeing it right. I wasn't seeing it straight. Because I was looking at it right and left and backwards, because I wasn't seeing it straight. That's why the Creator gave me Mr. Glasses. I'm straight as an arrow, side of the target, nose to hit the middle. Yeah, sharp as a razor that knows it can cut a health particle down the middle. Oh, it gets greater, baby. Because I want to hear that joint thing again. that joint thing again.
In my first mind. Or some of y'all call it that gut feeling. That's how our elders lived. That's how our ancestors lived. They might not have been able to academically explain something away, but they knew in their intuition whether it was right or wrong. The older folk would say, something about that ain't right to me. I can't explain to you what ain't right about it, but something about that don't feel right. And if we would listen to that more, brothers and sisters, the mistakes that we make in our lives, we wouldn't make them. Because the Creator and the ancestors speak to us in our intuition, not in our intellect. Let me quote a verse out of the biblical text for you. John 4:24 says this way, God a spirit. And if you want to communicate with the Almighty, you must do it in spirit. Right. Now, even though it's in the Bible, guess what? That's a true statement. If you want to communicate with the Almighty, with the ancestors, you got to go into the spiritual realm to do that. And we as black African people, we are spiritual people until we forget who we are. In our spirit is intuition. That's where God guides us.
That's where the Creator guides us, man.
Intuition. There's another thing they call communion. That's where we communicate back to the Almighty. And another thing is called conscience. That's where the ancestors and God convicts us when you get ready to step out there and do stuff you ain't got no business doing. The ancestors raise that bell. Hey, don't you do that?
No.
That's called conscience, and that's in spirit.
That's in spirit, baby. That's the Creator, baby. That's love. That's in the spirit. You feel that. You feel that your other Creator motivates you to go straight with it.
The thing about it is, a lot of us are calling soulical stuff spiritual stuff. Well, what do you mean, Brother Ray? In soul is 3 elements. What are they? Intellect, will, and emotions.
Oh, Lord.
You think you're there, man, because you got all this information up here. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm 54 years old now in a couple of weeks, and I am tired of intellectuals. I see so many of our people who got all this book knowledge up here, but their life ain't worth sugar honey iced tea. Did y'all get that? Yes, sir. What good is all this head knowledge, man? That's right, sir. And you ain't got no power in your life. You know, walking around trying to impress people with all you know. And you got, every day, no productivity is making headway in your life. That's deep. I like that. No productivity making headway in your life. Come on, man.
Well, y'all just don't know.
What have you accomplished today? But yet you got all this knowledge.
Truth will set you free, and the only place where you can be free at, and it starts in your heart. You gotta be real with what's really real, and not be believing no bullshit. To know what I know, and to feel the way I feel, to know what I know, and to know that love is the most powerful feeling in the world. Y'all gotta get to know that for yourself. I know the truth is in thyself.
Intellect is needed, will is needed. But that's not what connects you to the ancestors and the Almighty. And the other one is emotions. Oh my God, especially if you go to church. And church is all about soulical activity. How do you feel? Tell us how you feel. You put the microphone on the church. Tell us how you feel. Woo! I ain't never felt this before. As soon as you step outside and the cold air hits you, it's all gone. Of course, body is that which enables us to relate to the world around us. So, brothers and sisters, if you want to be a spiritual person, you need to learn how to live right there.
Like I said to you people, is really real. and you know how you feel, and know that it ain't no bullshit to feel emotion to the point where it breaks you down to where you cry. Because crying is a part of the Creator touching you to show that you have reciprocity and empathy, and you don't have control over it because you love knowing the Creator. And the way that I love knowing everything that I know is the Creator, because consciously thinking, in order for it to think and put the mind thoughts together, is me with my choice from the Creator to know exactly what I'm putting together. If you don't know why you're doing anything that you're doing, the bottom line is you're stupid. Because any way it goes, there has to have a reason why you're motivated to do what you're doing if you're not doing what's right and straight. What I mean by what's right and straight, term of right, and then straight is only one way. Right can go left, left can go right. But like I said, straight is straight. So if you ain't going straight and knowing what you're doing, you don't know why. So you're stupid. Because if you follow someone else's footsteps, that's just it. That's not yours. That's someone else's footsteps. I'm just saying. I stopped right there to do the shit right fast. Hold on, Mike. Just want to live down and grab hold of this shit right fast. Bam. And I'll go back. Ooh. Otherwise, it was cool.